when we're
Good.
welcome back, everyone, to Ghostfire. We are going to be cutting down our sessions a little shorter due to some personal stuff, but we're going to keep it going on Wednesdays from 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure to tune in. But anyway, we
We'll
lost.
fill that 2 hours at the end with something else, maybe.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you guys left off last session after completing the implicit maze, getting the blessing from Niv Mizzet to be Ravnica's champions, and you guys also received an amulet. Um, all of you guys did, so you guys can go ahead and add that amulet that I told you about into your inventory if you haven't already.
Yep.
What was it called?
It was the amulet of the
Of
The
plains.
plains.
Amulet of the Plains, yeah.
And it does say attunement on it. Are we going to need to attune to it?
No, it won't require.
Okay. I just want because I put it in my inventory and I was like reading through it and I was like, okay, let's just see what happens if I equip. Oh, it appears in the attunement list. Crap! I should ask about that later.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work very well, but we'll figure it out. I'll
Okay.
play with it.
But when you figure out what changes you want to make to it, you can just homebrew it by copying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. I didn't think about it between.
No, it's fine. It's just I was like, I'm glad I have that extra slot.
Yeah, so if you guys are fully maxed out on it too,
I don't have an extra slot.
yeah,
There's
just,
a reason Una has not used her pyromancer very much.
yeah, just go ahead and leave it off for now. It's not a big deal.
Alright.
So
We haven't had time to attune him in anyways.
Yeah.
So I think when we left off last, you guys had all split into 5 different ways. So this is gonna be a little bit there's gonna be some jumping around here. But so Blackwell, you wanted to go see Niv Mizzet for your last favor with him. Avril, you wanted to meet with Don Marie to discuss something. Runner, you wanted to meet with House Demir before you left. Nichek, you wanted to go talk to Jace about some personal stuff. And Una, you wanted to go talk to your Blood Witch.
Yeah.
So
I just want to know what chaos she wants me to do, and if
We're
I
all
want
up to
do it.
no good.
all right. So
All of us.
before we get started here, my dice wherever I put them. Okay, we'll go all digital today. That's fine.
Woo.
Okay. So we're gonna start with let's go to Runner first. So you head over to House Demir's safe house. Uh, um,
Oh, very nice. Even use the layout and stuff from the book.
yep.
That's good, dude.
Thank you. I stole this one. I appreciate it.
No, you borrowed it. You borrowed without permission.
That's right.
Sorry, I mean, either way, somebody did a good rendition. It's right out of the Ravnica book.
That looks really good.
So let me find a token here.
Do I still have my maze token?
You do. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll totally put that in here. I can give that back to you.
I think at this point you
Yeah,
can just add it to your inventory.
Well, like other places, but they're only useful on this plane.
Yeah. But it's something. You know, you never know when you need to throw a glass orb at somebody or something, you know? in and out of a sticky situation. But anyway, so you, runner, make your way over to the Demir safe house, where you find Lazov sitting in the center of this large, like library. It's actually at the top of a library, but it's kind of like this upper private library quarters. He just seems to be sitting on a couch, staring inside of this glass ball. Doesn't seem to pay much attention to you, but you're pretty sure he knows you're there. So
I'll walk around to where I'm, facing him. Looks like you knew what I was gonna do before I knew I was gonna do it.
I like to keep my eyes on things, and you can see him kind of. He doesn't seem to like look up at you at all. He's just kind of like moving his hands around this ball.
I'm sure you know by now that I finished.
Because I saw that. Congratulations on defeating your opponents in the maze. Though I gotta say, you probably couldn't do it quite as well without him.
Possible. I mean, we work with agents in House Tamir, so working with others isn't against our ways.
You were right about that. And he kind of takes the stone from his pocket and rolls it on the table. It looks like one of the Demir clue stones. He just kind of rolls it out onto the table. You're pretty quick to identify what it is. He says, "So, what brings you here?"
Well, sure you've heard by now. I was working with Jace on a couple things. Recently took care of a favor for you, taking care of a loose end, and now I've brought renown to House Tamir. I'm hoping that before I leave to serve Ravnica, which serves your own interest as well, that perhaps I could get a token or some tool that could help me in my travels.
Says, "Well, you have definitely shown how Demir can be good and not all bad, but been a bit of a bumpy road for us, hasn't it?" Says, "However, I suppose I am indebted to you a bit." He says, "Here, you can take this," and he pulls a pin out of his shirt and throws it onto the table for you. Looks like a Demir. Forget exactly what it's called here.
Key room.
It's not a key rune. It's a
Throw that out there, putting in the ether.
Signet.
signet, I think is what it is. It's the basic one. Um, yeah, it's a Demir Guild signet. It's kind of lackluster from what you were expecting, but it's something.
I'll pick it up, kind of look at it with disinterest. I mean, I guess it'll possibly fetch a gold, maybe an end night or two.
Yeah, he says, "Well, least I could do." He comes over and like moves to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand.
As he starts to shake your hand, he kind of like ruffles up your jacket. He's like, "You got to look good if you're going to be representing House Demir out there." And he kind of like pulls your jacket straight. He's like, "Well then, anything else I can do for you?"
Did I feel him touching any of my pockets or anything?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
I'm awake or broke.
Not
Didn't
bad.
seem to notice anything. You could check your pockets if you want to, but he didn't seem to notice anything.
I don't want to do it in front of him. I'll give him a little bit of a like a half smile, like I guess not. I'm suspicious, but I didn't feel anything, so I'll just give him a little smile, thinking he probably did it. There's no way I can tell. This guy's way too good.
Pretty good.
Well, very well. I guess this is the last we'll be meeting for some time. As far as I know, I'll be traveling the plains.
The big adventures for you, it seems. Well, if you stop by Ravnica, feel free to come see us. You're always welcome here in the safe house.
House Demir always have a place close to my heart. And then I'll leave.
All right. Yeah, you step outside, back into the library. And was there anything you want to do in the library before you head out of there?
Yeah, I mean, while I'm here, I'll just peruse. I'll see if there's anything on, I guess, Amonkhet, if I think that's where we're going next. I don't know. Has our party decided where, have they discussed that at all?
No, you guys have.
I don't think so.
Okay, then yeah.
I feel like this is pre-discussion still. This is like right after the race, right?
Right.
Yeah, so this is before we actually had to sit down and talk about it. Like, we said that we were going to, and my character's response was, well, I'm going to be gone a couple days, so whatever happens, happens. Just hopefully it has some trees, and then he tipped down, so.
Yeah, so I don't have anything specific to look for as far as that goes, so I'll just I guess I'll glance through the titles real quick, see if anything stands out.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check with advantage. Uh, 24.
That's pretty good.
All right, I'll get right back to you on that while you're searching. We'll move over to Una.
Ah,
So you make your way over to the Rakdos Circus. They always have a circus going on, especially this time of the day. Yeah.
except more devilish.
Always. But you head over there. Looking around, there's a lot of Rakdos performers and stuff hanging out.
I'm not working tonight.
Yeah, so kind of scanning around the area. You're kind of watching the show going on. You can kind of see in the back where they normally sit. They have this like balcony area the blood witches usually watch from. You can see the blood witches up there. It looks like there's only two of them here. There's usually three. But yeah, there's two of them sitting up, kind of watching the performance, kind of like casually whipping a Rakdos cult member or two, as they do.
Oh, I always got a devilish grin when I see that happen.
Right. Yeah. So what do you do?
Well, if there's normally three, I'm going to see if I can spot the third one first, and if I can't, see if one of those two are the ones that talk to me about the possible chaos that I could cause.
So you look around. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Sure. Oh, perception not great. Yeah, not good.
Okay. So you look around the crowd. You don't spot the other blood witch, but the one that you talk to is you can barely make out their faces because they're wearing these like lavish headdresses and all. But you notice the dagger swinging from her as she stands up to whip one of the Rakdos members as he's bringing them a drink. She kind of whips him. You see these sharp blades kind of like hanging from her side. That's a pretty telltale sign that's Hector, the one you had spoken to.
Yay. I'm going to slink up to her and going, guess who just kicked ass in the maze?
Okay. You say you're gonna sneak up there?
More like not sneak stealthy, but more like just kind of casually walk up there like I belong, but make it look like I'm showing off a bit.
Okay. So as you're making your way up there, you kind of come up to this like black obsidian chair that's got all these like crazy infernal designs carved into it. On one hand, that you see come over from the backside of the chair, you see like a huge glass of wine, and the other one, you see some like very pointy nailed claws, like spinning around a dagger between her fingers. And suddenly, as you come up there and yell that, she turns around and throws the dagger. It goes right past your face and sticks into the wall behind you. Like, oh,
I
it's
don't
you.
even flinch.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's you. Says you did kick ass, you say.
Mm-hmm. Show her the amulet.
Hmm. She says I was watching. I wouldn't say kicked ass necessarily.
I think I did a pretty good job, okay? Don't... Nah. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you real quick. You mentioned about chaos, and, well, apparently the other champions want to go do stuff, like, in the next 24 hours. So, I was just wondering what that chaos thingy that you wanted to discuss with me about.
She says. She says, "Well, you guys did put on quite a show during the the maze." She says, "I really love the way you went across the Rakdos guild pit here, and ooh, how you just tied that guy up in ice. It was fantastic."
Well, actually, I didn't do the ice thing. I just stopped him from casting a spell. My friend did that. But, not friend. You know, partner in crime. But, I thought the badgers were a nice touch, at least.
Oh yes, yeah. It's great to see. I wish you would have him in the face or something though as he was flying across.
The chewy of the rope, that was funny.
Pretty great. I'd say it's pretty chaotic in its of itself.
I'm Queen Chaos! Well, want to be. Someday. Possibly.
It says, as far as, are you referring to working with the other guilds?
I will work with them as long as I have something to gain from it. Let's just put it that way.
That's fair. So what have you brought to the cult?
Let's see. I've suggested that really big block party not too long ago. You know, the one that had a couple, you know, ships in the bay. I told you about where the book was that you asked me to look for. And I brought money to the guild.
She kind of like pulls out another dagger and like moves it between her fingers and says, She says, how about this? How about we put on another little show across town? Let's see if we can get our hands on some of those books.
Sounds like a plan. Thing is, the last party took at least like 3 days. But then again, we are very good at doing last minute shit, so I'm down.
Well, I'll make some preparations, and in the meantime, see if you can find any more of those books for me. That'd be fantastic.
Sure, no problem.
That's good.
It's what I do.
She kind of like picks the dagger up and throws it down into the stage, and She says, "No, more fire, more fire."
More fire? Then Una throws a firebolt down.
He starts to laugh, and she says, like it's kind of like a cackly laugh. She says, "Now that's what I'm talking about."
I love fire. It's just my thing. Then I'll also like produce a flame with it too.
Yeah.
Trying to set the stage a little bit more on fire.
Of course, yes. You notice it after you've cast the spell. You catch there's a little cackler, one of the little demon pets people kind of have that was on the stage. You see his tail is like on fire, and he's kind of like running back and forth trying to put out the fire from his tail.
If he ever puts out the fire, Una just does it again.
You see the blood witches. They're up there cackling as they're seeing the torture for this little devil.
All right, I was like, all right, well, I'll go cause chaos somewhere else. I need to go find my little sprite Brecken. Where the hell is she? I run off.
All right. All right. So while you're catching back up, we'll move over to Blackwell. Blackwell, you make your way over to your lab in Nivix. Yeah, what do you got going on over there?
Well, if I'm walking through my lab first, I would check and see if they've made any progress on the research I set them on, because I had started that new lab studying interplanar travel and the blind eternities.
Gotcha. Okay.
After checking in with them, I would meet up with Nib Mizzet.
Okay. So they look like they're still working pretty hard, even this late in the day, trying to figure out some new information. One of the research assistants comes up to you, like he's pushing up his glasses, and he's like kind of fumbling some paperwork around, and he says, Mr. Alex, sir, we have a few more updates. We haven't quite made a breakthrough yet, but some interesting information we found."
Okay, great. Can you give me a short synopsis of what you found?
Yes, he starts like reading off and saying a bunch of like technical jargon, and he's like, right, and he kind of goes back to the beginning. He's like, well, it seems that in our attempts to pass things through the borders of the plane, we can't quite get anything intact onto the other side, it seems. But we did send out a chunk of Mizium through our little portal thing we've created. We tried to push it through, and it didn't seem to be destroyed on the other side, but we can't really access that other end of the portal yet.
Very interesting.
Seem to disintegrate as soon as we try to pass it through.
Right. A very good job. Keep up the good work. I am going to be on a long journey, so I'll be able to come back with research notes to possibly help you progress your research even more.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Some human experimentation could definitely help speed the process along.
For science.
For science. He kind of falls over a table, knocking off a couple vials. And he's like, oh, sorry. He kind of like makes his way over to his work desk. Yeah.
It's just half ripped shirt as he's just like, fuck science! Oh, sorry. Oh, whew. Oh, man, I need to take my pills.
Yeah, so he makes his way back over to his desk. He said he wanted to head off to see Niv Mizzet.
Yes, about that last favor.
Okay. Yeah. You make your way through the Nivix building. You kind of make your way up to the top. He likes to perch on top of the building to kind of overlook the city. You find him sitting there perched on top of this like balcony area that's made on top of, or like a parapet kind of thing on top of the building. You see these like lightning flashes from below. It kind of lights up the sky. Um, but he seems to just be kind of overwatching the city. He kind of says in like a telepathic voice to you, "Says Mr. Blackwell, what brings you here?"
I would address him as properly as I could, like Sir, Master, Mister Niv sir. Not all nervous or anything. Um, I would try to explain that I understand that soon he's going to be the new um, what's it called? Living Pact.
Mhm.
So he'll have a lot more work on his shoulders. Um, Now I want to propose um, as the chosen champion for both Ravnica and Niv Mizzet, or the Izzet Guild.
Yep.
Um, if I could request a blessing as one final favor before he becomes the new living guild pact.
He kind of looks back at you for a moment. And he says, "Suppose we have made a deal for one more. What would you ask of me?"
Um, Whatever you believe, because fucking Niv Mizzet is so much older and wiser than I am. I would leave it in his good graces.
Okay. Uh, yeah, he like holds up his hand for a minute, and he kind of you see this like sparkle and then a flame and then a bolt of lightning come down, and inside of his hand is a bunch of papers. Um, he kind of like picks them up with his claws. It looks really tiny in his hand, but he kind of drags it over and then pushes it with one claw towards you on the ground. Says, "Take some of my research notes. Maybe that'll help you with your experiments you got going on."
Oh, quite indeed. Thank you, sir. I would humbly pick up the papers and bow to him.
Your gestures of kindness are beyond me, but I understand what you are trying to convey. Best of luck on your journeys. Is there anything else I can do for you right now?
No, not at all, sir. I understand you are very busy. Um, I don't want to just call him a person because he's more than that.
See, says says come see me if you get back to Ravnica alive. He kind of like stares off in the distance, and you see this like smoke puff from his nostrils.
Yeah, Miz is so cool. I'm gonna be like him when I grow up. Yep. With that, I would take my leave.
Okay,
Give him one final curtsy.
all right. Yeah, he just seems to be kind
Um,
of staring off in the distance.
yeah. Once I'm back to my own area, I would look over the research notes.
Okay. Yeah, this these notes are kind of written in like this odd language. It's like almost draconic, but it's not. It's some like ancient form of the language, but for some reason, like you feel it kind of take hold in your mind, and you just have this incomprehensible understanding of what's written there, even though you can't really make out the words. But it's just fascinating you, and you kind of like pour through the different symbols and things that he has on the paper. You're just kind of pouring through the notes for a while, but you kind of start to feel this deep understanding of how magical items work. You can't quite like um, express what it is, but yeah, you gain the fire mines research feat that I sent to you.
Dope. I imagine the feeling of reading the papers is just like this mind blown gift where the guy's just, "Bwah."
Right. So yeah, is there anything else you wanted to do after you pour through these papers?
No, after I've caught up with the lab and everything, I would probably go back to meet up with Runner.
Okay. So need checks usually gonna be a little more complex perhaps. So we'll go to Avril first.
No rush.
So Avril, you make your way over to the ruins that is the Gruul's home. You make your way to the uh, Burning Tree Clan's headquarters through this like stone doorway with like this fiery like portal in between the pillars of the door, and you kind of head inside and you find yourself in this like almost fiery pit, but it's got these like rock ledges that you see several Gruul members kind of tussling about. Um, yeah, and up ahead on the other side of the platform, you see Domri. He's kind of talking to a few other like there's an orc, um, this like large human man, uh, and a couple of goblins. They're kind of like having some kind of meeting as the tussling's going on around them.
So, sorry. So they're having a meeting with Domri?
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of like not really quietly, but it's just so loud in here. Like it's not hard to like just talk normally and not be heard. But they seem to have like this conversation between themselves.
Is there an open chair next to Domri?
No, he seems to be in the only like chair. This most people are just standing around or slumped up against a rock or wherever they can sit. They he seems to be the only one with like an actual chair.
If there's a way for me to walk, like, right basically through this conversation, not like in between them or anything like that, not being rude, but like being very noticeable, I'm just going to go and sit just somewhere close to Domri. Definitely within earshot. Like, I can definitely hear everything that's going on if they're not like being like super sneaky about it. But also far enough out of the way that I'm not like, hey, talk to me right now. But like, because I'm planning on just staying here for a little bit anyways. So I just go somewhere up that's near him. I just grab a drink from someone who's weaker than me on the way past.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check for me. You can have advantage on that.
The
Yeah, you see this little goblin. He's kind of carrying two drinks. It looks like he's going over to this like bugbear over in another corner, but you kind of just like trip him. But as you do, you kind of grab his drink out of his hand, and the other one kind of spills right in his face. It's like, hey, watch it, tough guy.
Just like glare down at him and then just shake my head and take a big long drink and keep walking just to where I'm gonna go sit. And just goes, yeah. And then I'm just posting up, like basically just waiting for his conversation to be over. But like, so he knows. It's more importantly, I just want to see him to see me walk and sit somewhere close to him on my own, just like so. It's a non-verbal kind of thing. Like I'm next. Like
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you kind of take a seat. He glances over at you a couple times, uh, but he continues his conversation, and he says, "Now I think we can." He's like talking to the others that are surrounding him. He says, "I think we can get the aid of the Gravelhide clan for that, but I think Trogs are probably our best bet." And says, "Anyway, we'll discuss it more later." And he kind of like chews them off as they kind of make their way back over to like the fighting pits. to kind of watch the show going on, but he kind of just looks at you and he kind of takes a big drink of ale, but like the whole time the tankard's up, his eyes are like right over it, staring at you.
I just stand up and I would like kind of do like a shuffle to where like he wouldn't have to like turn in his chair all awkward to talk to me, but I still say Steve. Just like shuffle over to where I can like talk to him, so we're just sitting and drinking. And I'm just like, all right, so yeah, I got the thing done. It was dope. But we're gonna have some other stuff to go do, I guess, as champions now of all of Ravnica. How are your plans going? Just basically just chatting them up, but letting them know that yeah, I completed it. I do have an ask of him, but I want to talk to him first.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of like is. He's kind of like a younger kid, so like this chair is a lot larger than he is, but he kind of like sits on it with a posture of like, I own this place, and he's kind of like bends over his chair to speak to you.
Yeah, like, I go out of my way to treat him like an uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm his uncle or something like that. Because I know he hasn't had anyone that was willing to treat him like that.
Okay.
And like so it's kind of like in Avril's head, he's just like he's never had like a dad figure. Like I can tell that. And so like I'm gonna just do that. I'm still treat him with respect because he deserves it. He has put himself in that spot. So like he doesn't lose any respect from me. Everything I do is fully with respect, but I do treat him like an older uncle. Like look, boy. Like
Okay. He says, "Yes, you've played a part in the charades of the city. There's, but how does that help us lesser folk?"
well, they said now that you have a seat on their council. So at the very least, they'll hear you. I don't know how that's going to directly affect anything. But with a plan that'll restore the forest, it's as the forest. It won't be something that'll happen overnight. Something that'll take patience and planning, which you have plenty enough aptitude for both. I know that the gruel and the way that we live here isn't normally prone to that, and it may take some convincing from the other clans, but with the right approach, there's a whole sector of the city that would be more than happy to turn into tree houses and forest versus, living in the ruins of old buildings.
He kind of like washes the last bit of his tankard around, where he takes a drink of it, and he says, "You're right about my voice being heard, but that doesn't mean they'll listen. Because you really think that people will join our cause or aid us in getting what we want?"
I don't think that there is many that will, but I believe that there are those that will not stop you. It comes to the point to where if you start with going after the unowned sector, the sector of the guilds, and able to move them to our side, and to where they're all willing to pledge a side and willing to work with us to create that whole section into Gruul lands, then it comes from you being the Gruul leader of the wastelands to you being the Gruul leader of a large population of the entire city archetype and the architecture that it runs off of. You become a king of paupers, yes, but a king nonetheless.
Yeah, you see him like grab a drink out of another goblin's hand as he's walking by, and he starts to take a drink of that one. He kind of like lets out a burp, and he's like, there's a reason I like you, because you have that out of the box thinking that no one else here seems to have. Because I agree with you that we could start with the guiltless. It would make easy persuasion for us less charismatic folk around here. But I think with the right words, they would join up and fight against the powers that be.
Send your druids. Give them food, give them homes, build them trees to build their homes in. And after that, you'll have their loyalty. From there, with your staunch hold of the guildless, and if they all transfer into Gruul leadership, that brings the numbers of the Gruul from being a factor to being the power at play.
So I like the ideas that you're throwing out. What a great world that would be, wouldn't it?
Then we could easily start to incorporate Selesnian ideals. And I know that we're very, very opposite in mindset, but our core values still align rather decent. Their religious fanaticism, be it as it may, they're still a very nature-based society. They do love nature as much as we do. And if we're able to work with them, as much as I hate dryads, I cannot tell you how much I hate dryads. If that would work, we could start to grow a large faction of the city. That would be over half the city then in one alliance. One alliance and a little persuasion. And then you would control over half the population of Ravnica almost.
This sounds like I better get started on the speech then, huh?
Yeah. It's going to take a little bit of finesse. But I started out as a simple guard. It took me years and years of surviving on my own and speaking with people to get to where I'm at now. Now, I can tell you, it was worth it. And I believe that you have the potential to be one of the greatest leaders of all time. But you cannot rule by an iron fist. It will not work. Use your power as the final say, but not the starting argument.
You're right. And he kind of like stands up pretty abruptly from his chair, and he kind of throws his tanker up to the ground, making like a loud crash. Kind of seems to catch everybody's attention for a moment. He starts to like yell. He says, "Listen up, Girl Clan. Says uh, with some ideas from this one here. He says, I think he's on to something. He says, tomorrow we start recruiting the guildless. We have them join our cause. We show them how corrupt and futile it is to live in their current existence. We show them what it means to be Gruul. We rise up, and then we start to convince the Selesnians to turn against faith and lean towards their nature." And everybody's like kind of, yeah, like getting pumped up. And he kind of just sits back down in his chair, and like people are going crazy. And then you just see this bugbear smoking ogre in the face, and they start going back to like tussling all over the place.
And be like, oh, so a small detail. It'll help your campaign, though I believe you'll be successful one way or the other without it. Raid intelligently. Don't raid random caravans of civilians passing on the street. Use clans that most of you dislike, like the Sneak Thieves. I forgot their name, but I'd say the name of the clan of the ones that turn invisible and stuff.
Okay.
It's like I'd say use them to figure out who is trading and working against you, and then raid those clans, raid those guilds, and like that way you can specifically target out two problems at once. You destroy the supply of your enemy, and you guys gain an income, as well as keep the Gruul tradition of take what we need. But you take it from someone who's actively working against you versus maybe taking from someone that will turn against you because.
Yeah, kind of like slams another tankard he grabs off of the stone next to him, and like kind of cheers it up to yours, and he says, I don't mean to gloat, but Raid is kind of my last name.
I know. And I believe that you, with this technology and a few allies that I could maybe hook you up with, there's a way that you could do things that you guys could take over. But again, innocents, they had nothing to do with this. And that's just not going to help your cause in the long run for the diplomatic side of things. But if you're just hurting people that hurt you, there's nobody in the courts that'll be able to say that anybody's in the wrong there. If someone is, say, paying spies to come and try and assassinate your people, and you take out their trading caravan on the board, that's just an even trade. But if somebody did something to you because you attacked a merchant that was non-affiliated, it just starts to spiral into some bullshit, basically. Just politically wise. So you can raid the same amount of people, but you can raid where it's going to hurt the people that are against you. So politically, you guys start to gain an advantage, as well as financially, because they're the ones making the money trying to stop you.
He kind of finishes the drink he's taking. He says, well, if we are to gather the guildless, attacking innocents isn't going to do much for our cause, is it?
Not at all. That'll definitely turn them against you. Especially if you put it into your clause to where you guys aren't attacking innocents anymore, and you're only attacking those that are against you, and you say brand them in a way. I'm not sure how, though. Something visceral, something nasty. Make the people that you're against seem so much worse than anything you could ever be. And you brand them in a way that makes sense to them, because they're the ones that took all their wealth. They're the ones that didn't allow them into their guilds. They didn't allow them food. They didn't allow them shelter. They didn't allow them all of these things. And you brand those things. And then you put that into a slogan, and you put that on to your enemies, which you will find your enemies at the meetings you're now allowed to attend.
Says, so I'll drink to that. That's a good point. And he kind of just starts to down the rest of his drink. Says,
yeah, I just fucking down the rest of mine too, because I'd been sipping on mine, keeping my brain straight, but now I got them right where I want them. So now I'll bring it into, well, I do have to set off. I'll probably stay here tonight and through some of the day. So if you got any questions, obviously come and ask me. But if there's possibility that for the journeys ahead, I believe that a steed of some sort, or a way to summon a steed, would be such a boon to my travels, as well as possibly gaining some renown within the guild. Maybe up to 10 renown above board. Basically, what I'm trying to do is get to 10 renown and get the sigil so I can summon the steed and use it in battle as a bonus action. And it lets me summon a rhinoceros.
okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Alright, it's not terrible.
Okay. Says I'll see what I can do for you, but tonight we drink.
And I just say, ha! I just take another drink from some random passerby.
All right. Yeah, you kind of spin out the rest of the next hour or so, drinking, maybe having a brawl or two, just living it up.
I'm basically trying to Jafar my way into second in command of the crew.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll get back to you, Avril. We're gonna jump over to Nietzsche and see how things are going with him real quick.
Not good. They're not going good.
So Nietzsche, where are you headed to go try to find Jace?
Well, he was at the finish line, right?
He was, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even left. I would have just said bye to everybody else as they were leaving, but I'd have stayed there.
Okay. Yeah. After you kind of hang out for a minute, you see eventually Niv Mizzet fly off into the distance. A lot of the crowd seems to disperse. People start to go back to their daily routines and what have you. Um, yeah, you find Jace there. He kind of looks deep into thought as you kind of approach him. What do you say?
Uh, I go up to him and like I hold the clue stone in my hand, and just kind of like thanks for this. As I like hold it up and just like show him that I still have it.
He kind of looks at it. He he like stares into it for a minute, and he says "You're welcome." And he says, "I can see that there's more you have on your mind than just this."
Yeah, remember that thing we talked about when you gave it to me.
I do.
So I was just thinking, since I did the thing and we won the thing, and uh well I don't I should feel good right now, right?
Says, depends. I guess victory is different in the eyes of the beholder.
I I think that I think that I should feel happy. It I finished all my friends finished. It's it literally couldn't have gone any better. But I'm so mad.
Says perhaps it's the weight from your youth that's weighing you down so much in the check.
I mean, may, maybe I just can't shake this feeling that I'm just letting everybody down.
Go ahead and roll a go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
21.
Okay.
Oh man,
All right.
is he casting a spell on me?
Maybe. Let's see. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Trying to figure out how to whisper rolls to myself.
If you have beyond 20, like then you just click the. Oh, I guess you're talking about like the Beyond roller, or not the Beyond roller, the Roll 20 roller.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, no, that's no problem. I didn't whisper it, but that's okay. Making sure that was right.
Do you have like the GM option, like on?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. This will be a lot easier with dice, but that's okay. Um, apologies. Just found my dice.
Meanwhile, if you're hanging out here,
There's
like
a million around here.
like the video, subscribe, do all that stuff. Thanks for hanging out.
Okay, I'll leave it at this one.
Click the stuff. Click it all.
You got a 21, so you're gonna save. You kind of feel these. You hear these whispers in your mind as you're like reflecting on yourself. It's pretty subtle. It's not like alarming or anything, but you can definitely tell that he's trying to peer deeper into your mind. But he says, Nietzsche says, I feel like there's something you're looking for. Don't know what it is, but seems
Uh,
dark.
I pull out the paper from the book
Okay.
and I like point like to the the line that says like uh that talks about the two artifacts.
Okay.
I I just I need to be more than what I am right now. And I'm starting to build up this this need for vengeance against myself for what I'm doing to everybody else.
He says, do you truly understand what you're looking for, Nietzsche?
Power.
Do you understand what it means to wield these, to bear these burdens?
If it means I can protect the people that protect me, I'll do whatever it takes.
He says, I fear that these artifacts that you seek will make you lose yourself to those dark thoughts within you, Nietzsche. He says, I'm not going to stop you, but just know that this is a path of destruction that you're heading down if you choose to continue on your journey with this.
Can you help me?
He says, I can get you where you're wanting to go. It won't be precise, but you'll be leaving your friends behind.
He grabs the amulet that he just got. Like, what about this? Can this help me?
That it will definitely, but your friends, the ones that you care about the most, they'll be in harm's way, just as you will. You may be even more in harm's way if you choose to proceed.
Do you know where one of these is?
He says, I don't, but I have someone in mind that might be able to help you. You'll have to find her, but I know where she's at.
So, I'll think about what you're saying, but if I could maybe talk to this other person, that'd be great.
The person that I'm speaking about, or someone else in mind?
No, the person that you say knows the things that you don't know.
Well, the problem is she's not here. She's where you're going.
Is there any way that I can maybe have you maybe let them know where I went?
Because, well, the issue I have is that she's hiding, and I actually need you to find her for me if I was to take you there. She's on
Oh,
the plane of Innistrad. That's who I was searching for before I came back here.
so I mean, okay, and then she could help me, yeah.
I believe so. She's one of the most powerful necromancers in the multiverse. I think she could help you get what you're looking for. Probably the only one that could.
Can I see if they want to come with me?
Are your friends?
Yeah.
It's your choice. It's your path. But let them know that it will be quite dangerous. And if they catch on to what you're looking for, it might be bad news for you, Nietzsche. You might end up hurting the ones you love, where you seek to protect them.
Do you know that I abandoned them in the maze,
But I saw that.
and then they still saved my life.
That means they're good friends. They have love for you on a deeper level, Nietzsche, more than you have for yourself.
I know. I'm is there a place that I could find out from them what they want to do and then meet up with you? Can you take all of us? Is that within your power?
It says I can only take one, but with your amulets combined, you guys could get there just fine together.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Uh, so how would I? Do you have any clues on where I could maybe find this lady?
Hmm. Well, last I heard, she was in the town of. One sec, I'll tell you. She was in the Gavoni region, searching for a planeswalker by the name of Soren Markov. He's kind of the protector of the plane of Innistrad.
And what is her name?
Her name is Liliana Vess. You'll know her when you see her. She just radiates this energy. You'll know.
And she's looking for who again?
She was looking for a man by the name of Soren Markov.
Uh, let's see. I remember you said something about the Ashmouth.
He says, yes, it's in your notes there. Seems to be where one of the artifacts are being held.
Is there anything that you could tell me about the Ashmouth? so I
Is
can.
it's dangerous. It's a region up in the mountains. It's this gaping pit into the hellscape that lies below the plain.
Sounds sounds dangerous.
It's quite dangerous. You'll have to lead yourself through the wilderness of Innistrad, which is a danger in and of itself, then through the South Farbog, the swamp marshlands of the south, into the mountains, where you'll find Ashmouth.
And there's no real way to make sure that's where we make it if we go.
I can't guarantee where you'll wind up, but can guarantee you'll be on the plane that you need to be on. That's as close as I can get you.
Right. Well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. If you decide that you want to proceed in your quest, you'll find me at the guild hall. I'll be around.
Thanks, Jace.
Kind of like gives you a nod as he like opens up his blue like doorway that could seem to come out of nowhere, and he kind of walks through, and you see this cloak kind of pass behind him, and the door closes, and you just see the rest of Ravnica behind him where he was.
I think at that point I would go for a pretty long walk just around the city, a roundabout way to pick up Pestachew, and and then I would probably go to the bar, uh, like the one that I got super drunk at.
The Last Dragon pub.
Yeah, the Last Dragon pub.
Okay.
But after putting like my guild signet like down during the maze and just leaving it there, I think I would just like stand outside the door, uh, and then like just kind of sit in the nearest alleyway
Okay.
and just like pick up Pestachew and like just have a little conversation with him, tell him about all my problems.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get around and find Pestachu. You take him over to the alleyway to the left side of the Last Dragon pub. It's a pretty dark, kind of a sketchy area of town, but kind of sit in these streets. You can kind of smell the leftovers from the meals that's been made at the tavern as you kind of sit outside. It's kind of dark. There's like a little bit of fog on the ground that kind of obscures your location in the alleyway, but you kind of just sit down and have a little conversation with Pestachu, and he's just all ears. He's loving the attention. You're not sure if he's understanding what you're saying, but
He's the best listener I've ever met.
right. All right. So yeah. So going back to Runner real quick, where did you head to after talking with Lazov?
Peruse the library for a little bit, see if I found anything in there. I try, I guess, discreetly check my pockets to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Yeah.
As soon as I don't feel like he would be seeing me.
Okay.
And then from there, I'd probably just head right back to Ghostfire just to meet up with everybody as soon as everybody's back. I
Okay.
guess I probably would run into Blackwell when I got there since he was looking for me.
Okay.
I wouldn't make
So
any secret of myself.
yeah, you reach into your pockets. It doesn't feel like anything's missing. Uh, yeah, you just kind of feel around. You feel a few items in your pack and everything. It seems to be all there in order. Um, as you peruse the library, you found just a little bit of information about Amonkhet. You found out about these. They call them the three forgotten gods. Um, you have your five gods: Oketra, Kefnet, Bontu, Hezret, Ronus. They all seem to be aligned with one color of mana, where the others each seem to be a combination of two colors. Typically, the darker, more chaotic colors. Uh, it's hard to find too much information on them, but there's the scorpion god, the scarab god, and the locust god. It's kind of what you're able to find out. Uh, you see some piece of lore that is kind of vague information at best, but it kind of says that the gods lie beyond the heaven's gate. Not sure what it means, but that's kind of a little bit of lore that you've found in some notes.
Okay.
So you head over to the guild hall to try to find Blackwell. Blackwell, you've made your way into the guild hall looking around. You look everywhere, but you can't find Runner. You do end up in the library for whatever reason. You think Runner's probably there. Runner, you make your way into the library as well. You can see Blackwell right there, but he seems to walk right past you like you're not even there.
I probably wave a hand in front of his face. Blackwell?
Okay. Blackwell, you can clearly hear Runner's voice, but there's no sign of him anywhere. Must be hiding in the books or something.
How close does his voice sound?
Right next to you.
Oh yeah, I would test it to be super obvious. I spent time in your
Yeah,
guild.
I'm waving my arms around.
Okay, yeah,
I got that fucking hawk reach.
Yeah, you kind of wave your arm around. You kind of hit Runner in the shoulder. You feel like Blackwell just kind of reach out and kind of push your shoulder away a little bit, Runner. You look down at your finger and you have this like weird silver ring on your finger that you must have slipped on whenever you were searching through your pockets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bilbo style, pull it off.
Okay. Yeah, just out of nowhere, Runner's like right in front of you as you're about to walk forward at Blackwell.
I'll jump a little bit, be like, I thought you were all out of spells.
That bastard. I'll just laugh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess if he was going to give a gift, this is how he would give a gift.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to thank him if I ever see him again.
So yeah, you guys are met up in the library of the guild hall. Luna, where did you head to after your plot?
I went to find Brecken, and then I would have probably went to go find. Oh God. Let me see if I'm finding the right person here on my list. Next Bumblemist, who helped me organize the last party, and see if they're up for helping me make another one, and then I'll make my way to Ghostfire afterwards, talking to them.
Okay. So you're kind of looking around the crowd. You're sure Brecken's probably around here somewhere. She likes to hang out with the Rakdos. You kind of see some people, some Rakdos members. They're all sitting around a table like chug, chug, chug. You kind of look over to see what's going on, and one of them has these little feet hanging by his hands inside of a tankard. It looks like Brecken. She's kind of like keg standing a little cup of ale. She kind of like gets back up out of the tankard, and she kind of like wipes her mouth off, and she's like kind of like waves at you as you walk up.
I do the little like individual finger wave of like kind of like hello and come on.
Okay. You see her start to walk across the table. She's kind of like stumbling. You see a little bit of pixie dust kind of fall off. She kind of like comes the other direction. She's kind of.
I do the swift hand catch and like put her on my shoulder. Okay. You drink too much, Brecken. Come on, we got work to do. You want to come cause some chaos with me? Possibly on another plane, maybe?
Yeah, she's kind of like hanging over your shoulder, just like sprawled out. She just holds up the thumbs up.
All right, let's go, you drunken pixie. Sorry, guys, I'm stealing your shows.
Right.
She might.
You kind of hear like a little squeak. Looks like she's got the hiccups or something.
I just pat her on the back with like my pinky.
All right. Yeah. So you said you're headed where to after that?
Then I was gonna go see if I can find where Nick's Bumblemist is, who helped me organize the last big party charade thing. See if I can convince them to help me with the blood mage and possible like distraction party, and maybe with the book
Okay. Um. Okay.
if
Go
they're
ahead.
not performing.
Yeah. Go ahead
'Cause-
and roll a perception or investigation check.
let's see here. Which one's better? Neither. Okay, they're the same. All right, we'll do perception. Oh, come on, dice.
Yeah. You look around. There's a lot going on. You don't really have any kind of like grasp on where they might be at, like you did like with Brecken. But yeah, you spend like an hour searching for them. Can't find them, unfortunately.
I give up and I eventually make my way to Ghostfire to meet up with the group.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I would recall that, like, oh yeah, we meant to meet up after we did a quick thingy. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you make your way back that way. In the meantime, Avril, you spend like the last hour, having some drinks, hanging out. Domri basically gives you the information to, come see him in the morning about the favor you asked. Might be able to do something for you.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, I told everybody that I was fine with whatever the plan was, and I would see them the next day. So I'll just party until the night goes away, and then eventually make it my way back to my tent.
All right, that sounds good. Okay, so Blackwell and Runner, you guys eventually meet up with Una. No sign of Nichek or Avril around. What do you guys do?
Hey, anyone knows where Nichek is?
I haven't seen him come back yet.
Did anyone make sure he was okay after the maze thing? Because,
Last I saw, he was standing with Jace.
oh boy. I forgot to tell him he did a good job at the maze. I feel bad about that.
Oh, I'm sure he knows.
We didn't really have downtime. This was supposed to be the downtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Well, we got the planes at our disposal. They gave us a couple options of helpful places to go. Anybody want to visit home, or should we get to business?
I don't know. You guys want to visit a world tree? Just joking.
I have no clue what a world tree is.
Good. You're not supposed to.
So, the different places, like, did like Jace give us a list of those places?
I think he did.
I don't think he gave you like one written down on paper or anything, but
Yeah, they just told us. They told us Ixalan, Kaladesh, Theros, Amonkhet, or we could go look for Ugin.
So they did tell us. Did
Yeah, I don't have the notes. They're on my other computer.
and what would I roll to see if I've heard any stories about any of these places?
Well, they told us a little bit of them. We know that Ixalan has a lot of jungles. Apparently, it's got dinosaurs and legions of zombie pirates.
Yeah, but I'm looking for more like someone who's lived there, who's been like, this place is garbage, don't go here.
Oh, then yeah, I guess Jace would probably be the person to talk to. He might have been to some of these places.
Excellent. Just sounds like.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I know anybody already who's like talked to me about it.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Roll a history.
Yeah, I will tell you without this check, you probably know some people from Kaladesh from your youth, whether they're still around or not. You're not sure, but yeah, Kaladesh would probably be a given. But
The other ones you can roll the history checks with.
I'm trying to pull up my thing here.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is taking so long to do. Darth, roll me a d20.
So roll you one. There we go.
Got 8.
Well, I'm pretty sure even if I have a 5, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah, you're trying to recall, like I said, you definitely think of some people on Kaladesh. You're kind of familiar with the place yourself. But on the other planes, I don't think you would know anybody there. Except maybe Jace could have been there, like Brenner said. Probably the only one you could probably think of.
Well, we know that Nichek's from Amonkhet. So, and you're from Kaladesh, so that's half of them. You just need Ixalan and Theros.
Then, so you know that book I found on the Planeswalker from Kaladesh? We should see if we can find books like that for Theros and Innistrad.
I mean, on Strixhaven, I found a journal of a planeswalker that referenced Ugin, like at some point living on that plane. So if we did want to go after Ugin, we would have a starting point there.
Yeah, I'm looking for stuff like that.
Just to put another option on the table.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we have the library here. I mean, the Ghostfire library is pretty extensive. So should we, while we're waiting for Nichek and Avril to get back, should we head over there and do some research?
I will say, you guys would know Avril's not going to be back for the decision. He already put in his word. It's like, forests would be cool. Other than that, I just want to research some mana.
Fair enough.
All right.
Because it's like a day travel out to where he's at right now. So it's not like a walk. He's got to travel all the way up the whole map.
Right. So you guys are gonna search the library for some information?
Yeah. I'm gonna be down for research.
May as well. The group's not together. We can't really travel without, like, we know what Avril wants, but we need at least Nichek back to see if we can get a consensus.
Okay. I'll let one of you guys roll an investigation check. You guys can have the help action for the other two, so that'll be a +4 in total for whoever rolls.
My investigation sucks, so somebody else does.
I got a +10 in investigation. I have expertise.
Okay.
Well, of course, I don't roll great, so.
Well,
yeah. But +4 is a 17.
Okay. 17.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, I'll get back to you guys.
That's impressive in and of itself.
Right. Just, yeah.
Yeah, Nichek, you're kind of like mulling over the options you got laid out in front of you. What you doing over there?
I mean, honestly, I think that once again he feels like he doesn't really have a place to go. He knows that he could go back to Ghostfire, but he's almost embarrassed to, like, he's all up in his head right now. So I mean, honestly, I think I would just sit there in that alleyway talking to Pestachu until like way too late.
Okay.
If it got late in the evening, I think at some point we would probably go look for him, or at least I would suggest we do.
And I would have probably gone with you if you did.
Ever would be drunk.
That checks out.
Yes. I'm trying to see if Brecken might have something to help us find him. She got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not like hidden or anything. I'm just in an alley.
I mean, like I said,
No.
the last place we saw him was hanging out with Jace, so obviously I would suggest starting at the beginning and then retracing our steps.
Yeah.
Right. And then from there, I'd probably just go to like anywhere that I would think of him being. So I'd at least go to that bar. The bar.
J-
We've gone there a few times.
Jace would definitely make it back to Ghostfire before I would.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys would actually run into Jace, but he probably is around Ghostfire somewhere.
Hmm. Find Jace or go find Nichek without Jace. You know, why don't we just go ask Jace if, he might know which direction Nichek went.
At the same time, Jace wouldn't have. I mean, I don't think he would have told Jace where he went.
No, but he could at least point us in a direction.
Where were you suggesting, Runner?
The only two places that I can think he might be off the top of my head is either back at his guild, which we definitely can't go there, or the bar.
And with recently what happened, I doubt he's at his guild. But like, I'm not
Well, I mean,
there.
the bar does kind of seem like his safe place. Now
I
that
mean,
his father
if I
figure's
had
been killed.
if I had his week, I would want to go get drunk.
Una would know Nichek enough probably to go near a bar.
So it's a fair assumption for you guys to come to the conclusion that he's likely at the last Dragon Club where you guys seem to hang out.
That or he's underground somewhere.
At the Ruby Slipper.
Might see his old girlfriend.
Una is not going to think that option. No.
I think
That's like the last option in her mind.
I think Blackwell's still the only one that really knows about that place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. So you guys where are you guys headed to? Where you guys want to try to go first?
Bar?
I'm following Runner.
Yeah, head to the bar.
Okay. Nichek, you're kind of alone with Pestachu for about an hour. So you hear some talking outside. You guys are down the alleyway. You guys come to the entrance of the Last Dragon's pub. It looks as poppin' as it ever does. Lights are on and everything.
All 4 people in there.
Yeah,
Well, I guess we'll go inside. We'll look and see if we can find Nichek, and if not, then I guess we got really no choice either but to wait until we get back. I guess I don't really know. I don't know.
Yeah, if we were like walking looking for him, I'd be calling out for him like a puppy. Nichek! Nichek!
Nichek, I'm gonna put the token right here just for the.
Just all these pissed off people.
Sorry, we lost him.
Una will head
I would
straight
have been
to the
doing it walking
bartender
the street.
and see if hey, you seen the Nichek?
The Nihu.
Una will do a description of Nichek, going, he's this guy, wears really freaky outfits, kind of creepy looking mask thing, really dark.
The lightweight little dude.
Yes, him. He's my little brother. I need to find him.
I see. Yeah, I haven't seen him.
God damn it. She'll shout over to the to Runner and Blackwell. He's not here.
I want to punch that guy.
I would have definitely heard him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Where is my little brother gone?
I think I'd just walk in the door after him.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, hey guys.
Una will immediately scoop him up to give him a hug.
Well,
I figured you'd be here. They were worried about you. I told you them. You're probably just down here getting drunk.
oh yeah, yeah. I haven't drank anything today.
Really? For once, I'm finding you sober.
Uh,
We're gonna fix this.
I actually was. I didn't even come inside. So where is it that we're so we won. Yeah. Let's get a drink because we won.
Yeah, right. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We're all champions.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I caught Brecken doing a keg stand earlier. It was really funny.
Bet you can't do it again.
Brecken, you hear that? That's a challenge. You up for it?
She kind of see her swirl her fingers, like kind of points to the bar.
She's down for it. Una goes and gets the drinks.
Okay. Yeah, you guys kind of find your way to a table to hang out. There's a little section over here.
Can I insight and check, knee check?
I'll hold up my drink as he's doing that to champions, best in class.
Fuck yeah.
Best in class.
Best in class, and I'll touch the drink to theirs.
So for the insight check, what kind of things are like standing out to you right now, Blackwell, that makes you think something's up?
He's stuttering. He didn't walk into the bar. He's been, kind of quiet.
Okay.
Like generally, he only does that if something's on his mind or he's got girl problems.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do I guess
I'm gonna roll deception.
that'll work. Yeah. Insight versus deception.
And you got that mask on.
Oh yeah, I have advantage on deception.
Yep.
Still a +0, but.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Mm.
Oh shit!
Oh, not quite enough.
Wow, that was a lot.
Yeah, that was close.
Dear God!
Yeah. Yeah, I say you definitely can. It is odd that he walked in didn't walk in the bar at first, but
I just had to go pick up Pestachew.
Oh right, you didn't take him through the maze.
No, he wasn't gonna be
Sorry.
safe there.
Well, we also
Yeah,
went
yeah.
and killed his ex-girlfriend and rival 2 days ago.
We don't say that loudly.
Well, I'm not saying that out loud. I'm just saying for that would be something
Okay.
Blackwell would be aware of.
Yeah, like I can obviously tell something's on his mind, but I probably just write it off as he's fallen in love with somebody else.
think of something. Yeah.
I mean, it's been a hell of a night.
It's
Wait.
true.
Una noticed that Nichek is missing his signet.
Maybe. I think everybody left, and I just stayed behind and left it there. I probably would be trying to hide my hand right now because this is kind of a Golgari pub.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know that you would.
I think in the circumstances, I don't think Una would probably be able to
Nah.
get a glimpse.
Grasping for straws a little bit there, I know.
Well, this is the first time we've had any real freedom since we Got wish to win Strixhaven. His amulets are just the beginning. Eventually, we'll awaken our sparks, and the multiverse will be ours.
What if what if we need more than just a spark?
What do you mean, Jack?
Well, I mean, just like like there's people across the multiverse that have unlocked their spark, and they still like do other stuff too, right?
I think so.
What do you mean? In what regards?
Well, I mean that can't just be it, right?
Are you talking about like some kind of goal or something?
Well, I mean just like what's all this really for,
I guess that's up to you. I want to see it all.
Yeah. That's I just want to be able to um kind of make sure you guys are okay. Not that you like need me to make sure you're okay. Like you're all, I mean, we're all best in class for a reason, Uh, but it's I just you guys always seem to have my back, and I just want to make sure that I can return that favor someday when that's needed.
Well, I think there's been plenty of times you've had our back. How many times have you cut off somebody coming after us by throwing down a card at the right time, or coming through on something, noticing something that the rest of us don't notice?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
You're clever. That's what you bring to the party. You're clever.
Yeah.
None of us are clever. Like some of us are smart and some of us are strong, and
Some of us like to
but
light things on fire.
some people like things on fire, but you're the clever one. That's what you bring to the table. Nobody else has that.
Hey Nietzsche, I just remembered that you wanted this. Um, I remember the visage of the beast we saw in the not Golgari, Gruul challenge,
Hmm.
and I want you using code thoughts to give him a photo of it so he can draw it.
Oh, oh, this is way better than mine.
Well, it's just a temporary photo. You'll still need to sketch it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. How long does this last? Or do I need to like work on it like right now?
It lasts for 8 hours.
Oh, okay. So
Probably a good idea to do it while you're sober.
yeah,
So
or
I would like
maybe
to ask,
in the
though, like,
morning.
I would like to ask though. You mentioned being okay. What do you mean? Like how okay? Like okay, like making sure that we're feeling okay, make sure we're healthy, or are you talking about packing a bigger punch?
Uh, well, I mean, all of the above, I guess. I I, I do feel I feel like I let you guys down in that maze, and I know that you guys are gonna just be like, no, it's fine. Like you did everything okay, Nijak. But I just don't. I don't feel it this time, guys. I don't feel like I pulled my weight. I don't feel like I'm getting really angry with myself. Uh, it's since being out of this maze, and it's it's I heard about this thing, and and I know that it can it can help me, but uh, it's it's gonna be really dangerous, and I didn't know if I was gonna tell you guys about it, but I just think that it's important that I let you guys know that there's this thing that's it's like an artifact, but it's on a different plane. Uh, it's on Innistrad. I don't I don't know too much more.
Oh, that's. I think that's that plane that Jace mentioned he had just come back from
Yeah,
when
yeah,
we first met him.
yeah. It is. It's that one. He was actually looking for somebody when he was there. Uh, and I've been kind of given a a task from Jace to try to find somebody for him. Uh, and and he said that she would actually be able to point me in the direction of this artifact that I'm looking for. Uh, that I think will help me.
What does the artifact do?
Uh, I it's pretty secretive. Not that I'm like trying to keep a secret from you. It's just it gives great power. Uh, this they rumor has it that like mortals who possess one of these artifacts become unspeakably powerful, and some of them have ended up ruling over kingdoms or uh, creating these groups that follow them.
Uh, that sounds amazing.
Um,
Actually, I'm on board for that.
Luna
Is
perks
there
up at the word more power and just like, you had me at that.
is there
you
more than
mentioned
one?
Innistrad.
Yes, yes, it's on Innistrad. And yeah, there's more than one. I know of at least two.
I'm not too familiar with Innistrad, but in my study of the planeswalker Chandra Nalar, I know she visited there, and there were powerful creatures that were capable of using psychic powers that could force you to relive traumatic events.
Well, what's worse, reliving something that you made it through, or facing new trauma?
That's a tough one.
Well, do have a counter proposition. Um, I've heard tell about your own plane, um, and there seems to be some uh, some unachievable power that comes from your gods. Maybe we could research that first, which would make it more easy for you to find what we're looking for in Innistrad.
Well, I don't know if that's I don't know if I want to waste time doing. I know that's like your thing, and you like to do the research and stuff like that. Uh, but I feel like I kind of need to go and find this Liliana before she decides to leave.
I know that we've run into some pretty powerful people, and we've got people right now that are got a whole plane terrified. So becoming more powerful seems only logical.
I agree. Not to mention, once we take care of this one creature, look, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Rakdos wants me to find those goddamn books.
I mean, Jace has got at least one of them. You could see if he'll give it to you.
Yeah, well, I may have told the Blood Witch where one is, because I know where two are, but I didn't mention the Jace part to them.
Oh, if you told them House Demir has it, then they'll never find it.
Or wait, hang on. No, I said Jace has. No, did I say? I don't remember which one I said. I know I said one, and I kept the other one secret. I don't remember which one I said to Blood Witch. That's player wise. I know Una would know. I don't think she said House Demir or.
Yeah, it hasn't been as long for Una.
Yeah. No, player. Look, Kirsty wrote it down in the notes, but the notes are on a different computer. I forgot to put them in my Google Drive before hooking up the new one.
So what was your question? I'm sorry.
I can't remember which book Una told the Blood Witch. Was it House Demir or was it Jace that has it? I can't remember which one I kept to myself.
I'm pretty sure it was House Demir.
Okay. We'll have to review the footage later.
Yeah. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
But,
I have one more question for Nichek. And if he answers it honestly, then I'll concede and agree to go to Innistrad with everybody else.
I'm riding a 20 deception right now. What's up?
Now you have to read all that again. Because this isn't about whether you've got something on your mind. So you say this artifact is supposed to grant the user power. In what sense does grant the user power? Like, speaking in magical terms, we're all magical graduates.
Is it the guy's going to bring in the logic?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I am not completely sure.
Okay, if you can't answer that, then how did you learn about this artifact?
Well, I did get straight A's in school.
How does that tell you where an artifact is?
Well, I know how to do research.
Look, we all know that Nichek is super
What did
smart.
you research?
Well, I researched powerful artifacts, and I found one that's shrouded in mystery, and it seems like it's really, like I said, the
That's
people.
what I call. That's what I call omitting. Was it omitting facts or something like that? I was like, you know what I'm asking. You researched it, yes. Which book did you find it in?
Oh, it's just it was a book.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Where's the drink set?
Oh, right here, Avril. Look what the cat dragged in, or the king.
Yeah.
Saved by the crow.
So,
Avril.
where are we going?
Brecken's doing keg stands at the bar.
I'll
Yeah,
motion
she's
to
actually got a small crowd over there.
I'll motion the bartender to bring us another round.
Yeah, we're going to need some more help.
I'm going to whisper to Runner that I don't think this artifact is something that is going to be good.
We should go somewhere where there's beasts and trees. Somewhere to wrangle.
At the end of the day, this is what Jace is looking for. Like, Ghostfire hasn't let us wrong yet. If this is what Ghostfire is looking for, then I don't see anything bad with it. And all the other leads we have about as tangible as this one.
Yes, but specifically the artifact, I think we need to be wary of.
Oh, we'll definitely make sure that there's not a trap. He's already put on armor that does blood magic. Doesn't seem to be having a good effect on him.
Do I hear that?
I would do my best to whisper, but
Go
Una's
ahead.
sitting
Go-
next
go-
to Retta. She's gonna hear this.
I'm also like
Oh,
loudly proclaiming things.
I'm not that great of a whisperer.
Go ahead and okay. Yeah, so yeah, you kind of hear the last bit there.
Any
God damn
charisma
it.
roll I roll is a -1, so he's gonna meet it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you could do try stealth.
Sign
Yeah.
language.
Yeah, I guess so. I could. I'll try it. You never know.
I mean,
Hey.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
I mean, I'm being loud as hell. Just coming in there like, give me drinks. What's this? What's going on? Let's go fight some beasts. He's stoked. Nobody can why he's so stoked. But he's real stoked right now. Like he's on top of the world.
Una, there's about to be
Innistrad has forests and beasts.
Una. There's about to be so much chaos. Avril, there's gonna be so much stuff you can just punch.
Look, if it's chaos, I'm fully down with this. You know that. Anything with
Um,
chaos. Besides,
Wait.
after we take care of the big beastie thing that's scaring the entire plane, who wants to help me take out Raknos? And she says that very quietly.
Wait, you want to take down Rakdos?
What?
Okay,
Maybe.
we're definitely
That
gonna have to
sounds. We'll revisit this.
I'm gonna
If
let you.
it's so powerful to take out an ancient dragon, why not also take out, freaking best of the best, you know?
I mean, I
Look
like
at how
Mob,
much
wait.
chaos that would cause.
Mob.
It's a goal. I guess if we are becoming more powerful, then
Why
We'll
not,
s-
you know?
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, why not?
I mean, for crying out loud, we're gonna be freaking planeswalkers.
I was over here like pretty excited about maybe boxing TNX. That's where my level's at right now. I feel like we should focus on that level, and then we'll get there.
Look, your goals may be here, but my goals are up here, and Una's putting her arm like as high as she can.
Look, honestly, as long as we get to go to multiple planes, I'm fine with whatever happens.
Anything without the
But-
city, right? Because
I-
you're
yeah,
so
I'm
sick
just-
of that.
I'm so over cities. Could we please go to a forest or anything?
Well,
else?
let's check and see if Innistrad has forest and beasts, and if
Mountains.
so, then we shall be
I
good.
I do know that it does have mountains.
Innistrad?
Right?
I've
Yeah.
not heard of this one. Have I paid
Oh,
attention
it's,
to this?
Yeah, it's the one that Jace was talking. He had just come back from when we first met him.
Ah,
I just asked Mob about something because me and Una have read about somebody who's been there.
Let me see here.
I don't recall who. It's in the other notes.
The Fire Planeswalker, Chandra Nalar from Kaladesh.
Yeah, Una's from Kaldheim, so she wouldn't. I keep getting Kaladesh and Kalheim mixed up, so I have to keep
I
remembering.
will say that Avril would have a strong inclination towards Kalheim because one of his idols is one of the planeswalkers that went to Kalheim to go to conquer one of the countries. And he did.
Una has all intention at one point visiting her home plane. She's not going to put that in the running right now.
Yeah, that's like, for him, he's like, that'll happen eventually.
Mhm.
But, like, if there's anything important, yeah, alright, let's get that out of the way.
Yeah,
Because
Una's
as
in-
long as we're going to another plane, because, like, now he's working on a theory. He's working on the whole theory that, like, magic works different on every plane. Like, its source and base are different on every plane. So, like, he's trying to figure it out.
I should see how Brecken's doing with that keg stand right now.
No, she killed it.
Ah, yes.
Um,
Her constitution's a -1. She's gonna pass out soon. Bring that little fairy over here. Pixie. Different. Can do keg stands on our table.
I suppose you should probably write about seeing. I don't think exactly. She'd probably write something like, of all the horrors that I've seen on Innistrad, Emrakul was by far the most horrific. That name doesn't ring any bells for you necessarily. I don't think, but that's kind
Right.
of what it would say. Yeah,
But that is still very terrifying.
yeah. So yeah, take that for what you will.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very appealing. Like, Avril's like, I mean, we could do that, or like jungles. Jungles are cool. We got rivers, got beaches, got trees, and plenty of beasts to punch in the face.
Yeah, but it's zombie pirates. What am I going to do with a zombie pirate?
Punch them in the face. What?
Punching stuff doesn't make me stronger.
Punching a zombie.
We need shit to get stronger so we can take out the thing that's trying to destroy this place.
You can't punch them in the face.
Yeah, well, you can punch something in the face, but eventually you're going to have to draw blood for it to actually die.
Well, trust me. If I punch it in the face, it will draw blood.
Not a god. We got to punch a god in the face and draw blood.
Oh, I will.
And eventually a demon.
Eventually, I will punch that in the face, and it will draw blood.
I don't think you can punch enough zombies to get to God. There's like got to be a middle.
I feel like zombies are the middle ground.
Well, if you do bash a zombie's skull in, but the brain is still attached to the body, does it still count as killing a zombie?
But the middle ground is
here's the thing.
Once you feel like you can punch him in the face.
Well, see, you've got to punch lots of things. At some point in time, it'll be enough.
Or you die.
Yeah, we figured that out when we get there.
It sounds like fucking thing I watch. He's like, yeah, what if you remove your make it so your mom never meets your dad? It's like, then you'll never be born. It's like, I'll come to that bridge when I get to it.
So you guys pretty settled in on Innistrad so far, or are you guys kind of still debating?
Avril's not sold on it. He has no reasons to go there so far.
Innistrad is a dank ass forest. That's all he needs to know.
Yeah, but dank forest have like creatures and monsters in them too. It's still a forest.
Okay.
If it's a big forest, then like that's like his one selling point.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, if he hears big forest, he's like, yes.
I hear like it's forests and mountains, and we can always go by the library real quick and check and see what kind of monsters they got.
Oh, no, he doesn't care about that. He just wants to be in the forest. Like, at first, you guys were making it sound like it wasn't a forest, like it was just some weird city thing. But now, like,
I don't recall that. I remember saying that it was
nobody said in any environment at all. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Nobody said what kind of environment it was. Nobody said at all. You were just like,
you know what?
It might have mountains. I was like, okay, well, if that's the only thing it might have for Avril, he has no reason to go there.
Look, don't take me as an authority, and I'm about 5 beers in, so like I could be a little off, but it sounds like it could be like some haunted kind of forest. I don't think there's dryads in haunted forests.
Look,
well, dryads stay away from haunted
he's
forests.
fine as long as it's a forest. Dryads be goddamn. So they'll punch him in the face. Real hard.
I feel like something needs to just own Avril real quick.
Just somebody punch him really hard.
Nobody owns.
So yeah, let's go to Innistrad. Hopefully the crow doesn't turn into a werewolf. That was above table.
Hey, I'm just saying, if there's an option on the table for the crow to become a
No.
werewolf, I will do it.
Birkin, when did you get here?
There's not even a second thought there. Like, it's just like, oh, I could become a werewolf? I'm in. That's happening.
A were-kanku?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work out mechanically, but I'm pretty sure it's not the same way it worked out mechanically before. No, I'm a fighter this time.
Which is worse?
Yeah, whooped out working was enough. I don't think I could do it.
I was going to say, I'm already hard to hit. You make me wolfed out? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be no fun for anybody. Except me. I'm going to be having a blast.
No, Una might actually enjoy that a little bit, but she might be trying to light the fur on fire because the idea of does burning a wolf's fur affect your kanku feathers?
Also,
Fire at 11.
Avril is smarter than Borkin.
Yeah, this is true. So much.
That might be worse.
Yeah, because Borkin came up with a couple of ways to make sure he never loses wolf shape. Avril could come up with a plethora of ways never to lose wolf shape.
So that said, we are a little over time here.
Yeah.
But if you guys are feeling are you guys pretty much feeling Innistrad, or you're kind of?
Una votes Innistrad.
I mean,
Yeah,
I absolutely hate it, but everybody wants to go to Innistrad, so.
Okay.
Yeah, you had me at power. Runner is all about Innistrad at the moment.
Una's keep out the chaos. Let's go.
You said forest.
Okay.
He's in.
So
Every
Innistrad.
ounce of my being is screaming, "Don't do this."
Well, yeah, that's because you're the Isn't guy. You're supposed to be the smart one that says don't do this.
Nietzsche's just at the bar, like, I can't believe this fucking worked.
I feel like we're enabling Nietzsche.
Brecken's going to come up and give you a high five for that.
Yeah. Nice keg stand.
Yeah, she. I think Brecken could see through some of it. Like, you can kind of tell, but you think her lips are sealed.
All right.
Yeah, she's she's good.
Yeah.
Pestachu's got a crush on her.
Oh yeah. For sure. So yeah, we're gonna call it right there for today, guys. But
Woo!
yeah, the next section should be pretty interesting.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Shout out to everybody watching.
Keeping it jumpy.
About to get.
So
We appreciate
are we
you.
gonna go to bed after this because Una needs a long rest.
I mean, if it's up to you guys, if you guys do want to end up taking a long rest after this, you
Can't take a long rest yet, Una. You got to set up a circus.
See you later next time.
In the next day or two.
Let's stay late and
We're leaving.
really
We're
toasted.
leaving the next day or two.
Runner would
Yeah.
stay-
Fully planning on getting
stay
toasted.
late. Yeah, Runner would want to stay late, get toasted, and then stumble back to the bunks at some point late at night.
That show because I was the whole time waiting for fucking homie to give me what I wanted.
This is also the first time I can drop my guard in weeks, so
Yes.
I am completely relaxing.
I'm
Packing
debating
up, getting ready to leave.
right now, so it's 3:10.
all right.
I choose not to though. I want to save it for when Una's summon something crazy. I'll be like, and I summon rhinoceros.
Only if she can get her hand on another bag of tricks.
All right, guys. Well, that was a lot of fun. I'm going to go to sleep now since I got to get up at the ass crack of dawn.
Yes.
Yeah, like in what, 5
You-
hours or so?
You rock, mob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Night, Mop.
Yeah. Now, let's see you guys next week.
Sleep
Have a good
well.
night.